freaking.
Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. This is an update on Johnny's vision. You know, the community, the retirement community, the assisted living community. We're going to be walking and talking, and we're going to see where we're at in this process. You're not going to see a bulldozer. So if you're looking for like stuff like that, this isn't that video, but we are going to be going over some things of where we are in the process of getting the bulldozer out there. We are in, check out the Arenal volcano. Come on. Let's go, man. We're going to go to where the site actually is. What? Now, if you guys didn't know, real quick, Johnny's the medical dental tourism guy. So this is a kind of a side, but very big project. But if anybody's a plug for you, if you need liposuction,
I might need it from the COVID-19, you know.
If you need liposuction, hip surgery, dental implants, he's your guy. Go to our webpage and fill out the quick form, and we can definitely get you in contact with Johnny. Those are
the gardeners. They come free of cost to your property.
Okay, we're gonna go on a busy street. That's great.
Yep.
All right, Johnny, let's do it. Where are we at? So the last, when we, our last video was about kind of the top questions, that whole like square footage stuff and how much are the homes gonna be and those kind of things. And the other videos we've done, I'll put in the description if they're not there yet. So, retirement community, about 240 homes. Where are we at right now in the process?
Right now, rather than give you a picture of a bulldozer moving the earth and without any permits or anything that works, that keeps everything, the legal side of things, we're in topography. We're up looking at levels.
Wait, let's talk about that. Topography, what's that actually mean?
Well, it's where the layout of the land is, where the ups, the hills are, where the valleys are,
why is that important?
Well, because you talk about drainage, you talk about where the house should be situated, you also talk about where the house can actually be built, because a lot of times people build in certain areas that are not apt to build, and later on they lose their money because environmentally they're doing some destruction.
Okay, you know what, before we keep going, I just want to say, guys, for those of you guys who have not seen the other videos, we're about a 9, maybe 8-minute drive outside of La Fortuna Central. What are they looking at right now, that where this water is, this thing?
This is going to be a community lake area where you're going to be able to have a small restaurant, an area that you can walk around, that you can fish.
No, but it's part of the community, right?
It's part of the community. It's part of the general public area for the community.
Now, you were saying earlier before we started taping that this is going to be the first, somewhere here is going to be the first phase?
The first phase, yeah. We're going to walk into the first area where there's going to be some shops, the barber shop, the pharmacy, the meat market, the small shops, the organic side of things, and parking for the cars on the outside of the community.
All right, so are we going through here or
yes.
Up here?
We can go through here.
All right. All right, so a little bit of, talk a little bit about the environmental procedures that are going on right now.
Well, it's not just what you're, if you have to cut something down or see if it's going to be environmentally, you're going to hurt the environment. Because Costa Rica is very ecosystem, very nature related. So if you're going to hurt something, you have to compensate with something else. So the environmentalists,
like a tree for a tree, like,
a good tree for a tree, or you can say that if you're going to hurt something, we're going to treat it as 99%, so it comes out, it's going to be water like it started with.
Does somebody come out here and actually tell you what can and can't be done? You know what I mean? Like, is there, so you're like, here's our plan, we're going to do it, like, let's say a tree for a tree, but do they come out here and go, well, wait a minute, no, you're doing more than that, or you can't do that,
yes,
or you can't do this?
Definitely. There's 7 people that are involved in this first phase, which are the architect works with the environmentalist, but there's also a different type of environmentalist that works with the land and what you're going to affect. So when you're building, you follow it to code, but not just code of building, but code of nature.
Right. Is that where you're talking about the coexistence of community
exactly.
and nature?
Coexisting, and that's the focus of here. Not just have a community, because anybody can build or buy a lot anywhere, okay? But our goal is to take out the portion of when you come here, you're happy because you're building the house, you have a whole plan, and then you run into the problems of people building or not coming to code, or they build and it's 4 times the cost of what was original. We want to avoid that. I guess I'll tell you, I'm going to take that headache on first, but making sure people get what they pay for.
So, like I was trying, maybe I didn't say it. Does somebody actually mark that off? You know what I mean? Like they go, okay, you're good now.
Yes. It was not just good now. Now you're able to build, or this is what you can build and how many houses you can build in this area and how far from the water source you are, those 200 meters, because when you have potable water that you use, you have to be away 200 meters from that location.
Yeah, so what's going, so you're doing the water thing too, right?
That's another study that's out of the seven things that we're doing. One of them is also the water study, that the community has enough water, which there's ample amount of water. We're not an issue with water here, but it's a pipe big enough to feed the whole community at one time. So
right.
We're planning for the future, but expecting that everybody has an adequate amount of source.
So I'm assuming all these things are kind of happening at once.
All of them at the same time.
This is why you get up at 5, right?
That's why we got up at 5 yesterday, because yes, I'm a medical guy. I do healthcare, but part of the healthcare is providing something that people can come home and be happy. So we got up in the morning to see where the sun rose and where the sun sets. So because I wanted the house facing the volcano, but the living quarters away from where the sun comes up. So you have, if you're an early morning riser.
Are you doing like some feng shui stuff, Johnny?
Yeah,
what is this?
It is just, I wanted people to be, have that choice. Oh, do I want it on the sun side, or I don't want it on the sun side? Okay. You know, it's just.
I know this stuff is happening. We didn't put this on tape, but where we just came from is a meeting of lawyers, owners, people that are interested in this project, and that meeting's going on as we speak right now.
Right now.
So I wrote down.
We're talking about that, Mike. I have the legal team. That you have legal assistance. You also have the administrative side that handles everything, and even talking about the ramifications of how taxes are done here, on how to take care of these things, because if you build a house over a certain amount of money, there's a luxury tax, just like in the States.
Well, actually, that's kind of new, isn't it? Isn't that luxury tax $250,000, right?
Correct, $250,000. So if you build it, but obviously there's, like anything, there's ways to help you with that.
We would call those loopholes. No, I'm just kidding.
Something like that. But it's more that you're not, and then have to think in perspective. Just because you get a house that's $250,000 doesn't mean it's not a $400,000 house. It's just this things that you buy, and it's different. You're going to get a very quality house here for that amount of money.
Well, I like that you're like doing all the details, these little things that people would ask. Because what if they didn't know the luxury tax, and all of a sudden they have this, they spent $300,000 on a house, they were totally unprepared. Johnny, you didn't tell me about that. You know, so I think it's nice that you have all these question answers, just kind of like the helping people get residency through their investment here in Costa Rica. You're gonna, that'll be part of the program to be included. That it's assured it's not somebody just, hey, I'm gonna do resident. They're gonna look for your best interest. How, if you, like Mike, there's a lot of people have asked, can I rent my house? Right.
Well, renting your house has ramifications, but especially with this new government that's actually today, Mike, they're changing powers today, and they have a focus on that. So you have to keep that in mind, that if you rent your house, it's not a living quarters anymore that's free of tax. Now you have to pay taxes on that, because
like Airbnb.
An Airbnb.
Like so I wrote down master plan, but I'm not sure why I wrote that down. What's that referring to?
A master plan is the whole project itself, to see where everybody's going to, where everything sits. You have to have a master plan, know where everything's. It was already approved. It was approved by the city to be able to build.
So that's done.
That's important.
Or it's right now, like everything on this list.
Yeah, because the study of the water works with the architect. The architect works with the environmentalist. The environmentalist works with the other environmentalist that studies the impact. So all these things can in place, so you know what you can build and what master plan can actually come back. that also works with the topography. It's a mouthful, but
I don't know how you get the ladies liposuction done, dude.
No,
with
no,
all this
no,
stuff going on. So what's so I got home design down here too, because you wanted me to reference that. What's that actually mean? So
okay, home design is a little bit different. We're going to have 3 different designs, but we're going to do a little bit further. Each property, when they're being built, there's going to be a security on the camera. So while your property is being built, you don't have to actually show up. You can be there all the time.
oh, internet.
Internet, you can watch your property being built.
That's cool.
And it gives some due diligence on milestones being met, and also whoever buys the.
Can you yell at people over it? Can you go, hey, watch that cement?
Well, they might not understand you because of that, but you probably could.
All right. Earthworks.
Earthworks. That's moving. Is
that the bulldozer?
That's the bulldozer that comes in. Because a lot of people, oh, let me put the picture of the bulldozer cutting the ribbon. I want to cut the ribbon and cut the land when I can actually build, because it's a false tense of things that can do. And right now, I'm so close that it's.
Well, I think it's very interesting. I think we mentioned this in the last video. People have wanted to give deposits on this already. I mean, not even really started. But what's Johnny say? No, I'm not going to accept your money now, because we have to get everything, the T's crossed, the I's dotted, and then maybe later we'll be talking about that. But now, no. And I've gotten emails. I know they want to give you money.
Yeah.
Because I want to give you money. I want a house.
Well, part of that is that now we're going to be able to accept it, because of the fact that's why the legal team is meeting today, because all the contracts have to be coinciding with what the environmentalist said. This is what you're going to build, so this is correct. So we're going to do also early in advantages for coming early in. And there was a couple that came here.
Right. Last like a week or so ago.
A week ago. A nurse. She was so they were beautiful. And for me, it was kind of like icing on the cake, because she was a nurse. And for me, it's like that's our area. And nurses, by far, are the most special people in the world.
All right, so well, I just saw this, so I know this is happening. The legal team is assembled. You have your people. You have the lawyers. You have the
the lawyers, the accounting. Accounting is very important here, because there's legal ramifications on the way things are done, and it's going to be explained to you. Here's what you do if you're going to run it this way. If it's just a home, this is the way it's going to be ran. If you want to use it as an Airbnb and follow the rules in this sense, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be reported. Because
so wait, whoa! You just can't say that quick. I thought the Airbnb wasn't even I thought that was off the table.
Well,
are there going to be exceptions to rules, possibly?
There's a couple that called me, and they're a senior couple, a very mature couple, but they had a daughter that passed, and they have their grandchild. That's a legitimate reason for not excluding somebody. You know, the property itself is not for kids. There's other areas going to be for kids, but they had a deaf and family. Why should we deprive them of having a quality of life with their child, which they're going to go to college at?
I know, but wait. How's that relate to Airbnb though? I'm just so.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. So will you be able to do that? Will there be exceptions, or is that just that's a flat out no? Because you kind of sounded like it was a possibility.
It's an exception with conditions.
It's illegal. There's a contract in there somewhere.
There's a contract in there, because it's not because we don't want to do it. It's because the law in Costa Rica stipulates if you're going to rent something, an operation, you have to report it. It has to have an invoice.
Well, I think you were right. Actually, I wouldn't let people do it. I wouldn't, because you don't want people that you don't know coming in the neighborhood. I would say no. It's not an Airbnb. Family, yes. Friends, yes. Airbnb rental properties on whatever they rent, Airbnb type of.
Mike,
don't know.
It could be on the fence, but I'm a pushover sometimes, and for me, it's that I want people to have choices, and it shouldn't be dictatorial, you know?
I guarantee, act like we're not filming. I guarantee that the majority of people that the 240 homes, if you polled them and they said, should we be able to rent out these properties on Airbnb, I guarantee you 90% of the people would say no.
Okay, Airbnb, no.
You know what I mean? Rent, you know.
Rent the properties, you know, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with who's here and how they feel about it, and we'll come to an agreement then.
Okay, man, they're gonna look at this video like a year from now and go, hey, that's what you said. I'm gonna my vote is no to the rentals, but obviously that's maybe you know, that can be negotiated.
Yeah. Well, Mike, let's show you a little bit of where it's at.
All right, let's go. I didn't mean to did I put you on the spot with
You
that?
put me on the spot.
I didn't mean to. I just because before you kind of said no, that's not really going to be a thing. But
you know, actually, it's this. We can go up this way. Sorry, there's a. I don't want you to get electrocuted. That's where the cattle is. So the electric fence around there.
How many houses are in the first phase?
A little bit over 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I thought you were going to say like 20.
No, a little bit over 100. Now, this first area here, which is a main entrance to the street.
Okay, so this is the actual entrance?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So,
wait a minute. This is an old structure, though, right?
It's an old structure that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone. Okay, I don't want people to think, yeah, that's the front
no.
gate guard guy.
No. That was an old structure, and this area here is all going to be built out as a coming in. Take a look at this as more of a spaces for your barber shop, your pharmacy, your different things. They can come in, stop by, pick their things up, drop their car off in this parking area, and then get into their golf cart and go into the property.
All right, so we're looking at right here is the first phase. Right in the front, or it's going to be more in the back?
Farther to the next fence line.
Okay.
Back there, and it goes back.
Turn around, D'Angelo, real quick and show them the view. Anything more we can talk about? Do you have anything else you want to add?
So, the environmentalist, he's studying this area here, and you'll see that this first phase has a lot of tree line to the left, which is something that
corridors,
corridors, trails that will be connected to the hot springs, which is on the other side. There's going to be a bridge that you can walk across to the hot springs,
which were in the other video we did. Again, guys, I'm going to post if you're just like new to this and like, what are you guys talking about? You can see some previous videos that explains this even more. So
yeah, and that it's going to connect this property, which connects to the other side, but it's more of a nature. We're not. Our hope is never to cut down any tree, but if it's a tree, we plant 3 for every 1 tree that we cut.
Nice. All right, Johnny, thanks for the update. You know, I just want to say something to those people on video number 1 that said it's not going to happen. It's going to happen, bitches. I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com.
Take care.
Peace, guys.